Clarifai helps organizations analyze content, identify intent and sentiment, extract textual metadata, categorize documents, identify parts of speech, and detect custom language entities within all their written content. With Clarifai, you can develop a deeper understanding of all your emails, documents, support requests, social feeds, and product feedback. We also have the ability to create a lot of insight from text data. Here in this application, we have text data labeled with their relevant subjects. By searching for the term biology, we're able to see all the inputs that are labeled as biology. Let's take a look at this randomly selected input, and we can see that it is labeled as finance. Here we have an input text that is not labeled as anything, and it will serve as a test input to see if we can find texts that are broadly similar to this text in content. We can do text similarity search, where we use a text input and find similar text to it in our input space. This text seems to be broadly in the finance and economics field. Once we submit this input for text similarity search, we can get back inputs that are similar to this input in content, and they are sorted in a descending order of similarity. If we look at this input that is returned, we can see that this is a financial text. We can also train custom text models which can identify unlabeled data automatically. We are going to train a custom model which is trained on the labeled examples of different kinds of subject-related data that we have. We will choose our model type to build, which is a transfer learning model. We give it a name, choose our concepts which we want the model to know, and choose mutually exclusive as true, and create the model which we can then train with a click of a button. Once trained, the model can now start predicting the type of category a text falls under. We can test the model on our unlabeled input data. Our test input broadly falls under the finance category, and our custom model is able to categorize it as such. All it needed were a few inputs and a few clicks to train this model. We can see similar outputs of this model on our second test input. The second input is also a finance text, and our model can easily identify it as such, having never seen this exact text before. Lastly, we will see a pre-trained model which can summarize text blocks. All we have to do is give it a text input, and it will summarize the text for us with just one API call. Here, I have selected an input from a news article talking about some current news. You can either upload the text manually or submit it programmatically through the API. This model is able to summarize this block of text for us without needing any custom training. We can read the summary to verify it checks out. We can further test this model by submitting another article about women fighting to be priests in the church, and upon submission, the model summarizes the article for us. Text summarization reduces the time required to grasp lengthy pieces of content while preserving vital information. Applications can use text summarization to accelerate comprehension of large numbers of documents, including legal documents, news articles, and more.